Hello and welcome to Living Your Best Life, the channel for starseeds, lightworkers, people on the ascension path, and people who are seeking the grander adventure and experience of moving into 5D. My name is Lorrayne Ham, and it is my joy and pleasure to share with you today the bigger picture of healing. What does it mean to heal? And should we be seeking a complete healing of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits? Dis-ease in the physical body or the emotional mental body certainly has its challenges. It can lead to depression, anxiety, separation. There's a myriad of things that having a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual manifestation in your life where you can become all consumed by it separates you from interacting with the world, and many people find this a challenge. Today I'd like to help you to see the bigger picture of physical manifestations in your life. The broader, perhaps the 30,000 foot view of a challenge in your life. Healing is a journey. It is, there are people that have an acute manifestation, let's say a cold, and they want to heal quickly, and they take herbs, medicines, and they get over the cold and they go on with their lives. I'm talking more about the chronic conditions that a huge percentage of the population deal with. And they are the ones that create a tremendous amount of emotional difficulty. We often, if we have a chronic illness, there is depression, there is anxiety, there is fear, there's separation from family, friends, from experiencing life to its fullest. But I'm here to tell you and to share with you from my own personal experience dealing with a chronic respiratory condition since my early 20s, and I am now in my early 60s. Without experiencing this condition, I certainly would not have grown and expanded in the person that I am today. I wouldn't have sought out the knowledge and information that I now have and can share with the world. I now have the long-term experience that I can share and help others to discover the deeper hidden meanings of challenges in our life. And it doesn't have to be a physical challenge. It can just be lifelong emotional challenges or mental challenges. These are all messages that we are receiving from the greater cosmos, from our source self, from our, first of all, none of us are victims to our lives. Not a single one of us is a victim. Every single person has chosen a life experience. They wanted an experience. It doesn't mean that our lives are predetermined. What it means is we've chosen in our birth vision, in our birth plan prior to incarnating into this reality, we chose to experience something, to grow and expand the greater consciousness. So The method by which that growth and expansion happens, we don't choose. But some of us are reluctant receivers of the gifts of the universe. I, for one, often, needed the 2x4 method, meaning hit over the head with a 2x4 to grow and expand, to get my attention. Many of us are reluctant learners. We come into this reality, and if you haven't watched my channel before, I've done some videos on comfort is good, pain is bad. We make these decisions in our growth and evolution based on physiologic interactions and responses. So we come into this world, the first thing that our human consciousness decides is pain is bad, comfort is good. And so we're driven by this constant seeking of this equilibrium of being comfortable. And that's an underlying driver. So if we're seeking comfort, we are seeking our spiritual growth, because spirit is not something to fall into the category of comfort. It's human nature from our animal instincts. Now, we are animals within the greater earth experience, but we are humans we are spirits living a human experience. The spirit is far grander and bigger than the physical manifestation, but it is through the physical that we create. We, as conscious beings in physical form, are the most powerful force on earth. But we come without this greater knowledge, and we have to learn and grow and gain. Many of us choose a path that is more challenging or harder than others, but many of us have really big visions to accomplish, to achieve, that we chose to experience for the bigger consciousness expansion, this 5D expansion. And because the mission was so big, often the challenges are too. We need that spiritual fortitude to hold us steady while we move through these times. So when we look at things from the bigger, broader, expanded view, we see that every challenge that we've had, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, has led to a certain ability for us to hold a greater amount of energy, to stabilize within the greater field, to interact on a bigger, grander scale. We look at life as a testing grounds, if you will. Without having the physical challenges that I have had, I would never have sought the answers. I would never have looked beyond my own physical needs, wants, and desires. So when we look at physical challenges, whatever they are, be it cancer, heart disease, diabetes, respiratory issues, whatever it is, anxiety, depression, when we look at the underlying greater perspective, the purpose becomes more clear. I became a health and wellness certified health facilitator. I help guide people to their own healing. Now, am I fully healed? Is my physical body fully back to a 100%? No, it's not. And I don't think that I'm really quite ready for that. And that's kind of a strange thing to say, since my business is healing mind, body, and spirit. But I'm working more deeply now on my spirit as a teacher, as a guide, than I ever would have had I remained entirely in the physical. Now, I believe with every fiber of my being that it is possible for my body to heal literally overnight. I could go to sleep tonight and tomorrow morning wake up completely healed. Perfection in my physical body. But as I said earlier, I'm not certain that that really is the correct path for me. If I believed without any question that it was the right time, place, and possible, there is no doubt in my mind that it would happen. So my work is looking into and discovering why I would be reluctant to believe, to surrender to that knowing. Our bodies are miraculous. There is evidence of people instantaneously healing their entire bodies. There are examples of people with multiple personality disorder where one personality has a chronic debilitating disease and the other personality doesn't, and when they switch into the one that doesn't, there is no evidence. Tests have been done. This shows you the power of the mind. So if that is possible, then we have to look to why is it not possible for me. I believe there's more for me to learn and garner out of this experience. There's more for me to grasp on this journey. So we need to move beyond blaming ourselves for being ill or blaming anyone else for us being ill. Our work is really learning to surrender, go into a state of acknowledgement, and then ask for the information that this disease or illness is teaching us. To find the hidden meaning within the healing, to seek to discover more about ourselves. We are complex, multi-layered, multi-dimensional beings existing in this time-space reality. And we are guiding others along the path. Yes, I would like to have a body that I could go run and hike all over. I would love to be able to do that, and I will have that at some point. But I'm still learning, and I'm still growing, and there's still more people that I can support and assist on this journey. So I'm no longer seeking a healing. I am seeking to know more of who I am as a spirit, as a divine extension of Source. And I encourage you to look for ways to surrender to. Not give up. That isn't what I'm talking about. Not just accept it as it is. Maybe accept it as a teacher for you to discover more of who you are. As a spirit, you are expanded. You connect to the entire cosmos and to everything in it. You are a divine extension of Source. That is a beautiful and wondrous thing. So maybe the next time you are feeling down about whatever condition has descended upon you, take the responsibility to thank it, to acknowledge its service to you. Because truthfully, unless you can fully surrender and recognize you are a master in this moment and you're willing to let it go. See, I discovered early on that there were ways that having a condition served me. See, as a very sensitive individual, and I'm a dichotomy, because there are moments where I'm introverted and other moments where I'm an extrovert. But I discovered that this served me by giving me a reason or an excuse to not interact when I didn't want to interact. I could say, yada yada, I can't do it because whatever. Now, I've discovered that, and I no longer tell the lie. I just speak my truth now. So, there may be hidden benefits, and I'm certain that there are, to you having whatever condition you have. The challenge is when we begin to tell them to ourselves and we delude ourselves. So I encourage you to look to the hidden, underlying benefits that you receive from having whatever condition you have. When you uncover, you can then be honest with yourself. And then practice being honest with everyone else. We all tell the little white lies so that we are nice and we don't look bad to other people. It's time for every person to let go of their ego, their drive to appear a certain way, have people think a certain way about us. We're moving into a time where it's not about the individual anymore. It's about the greater whole. Because in truth, we are not. Even though we are individual fractals of the divine, we are still all the divine. We are all one. Our energy flows to the entire cosmos. The individual atoms that make up the whole are all within us. So, enough of my babbling and rambling. I just wanted to get on today and share that bigger view to get you to begin thinking a little more appreciatively of the experiences that you have worked through. Don't go into the story, but start looking at the deeper truths underneath the dis-ease. All right. Please like, share, and subscribe. That helps other people have access, because then it gets sent out on the bigger YouTube, whatever, broadcasts. It shows up in more people's feeds so that more people can experience a greater sense of well-being. And down below is a link that you can find all my links, and it also has if you sign up for my newsletter, there's a free PDF that you can download on forgiveness, which is a really important aspect of our healing journey. So try that out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, my name is Lorraine. Happy journeys. Bye.